outside of the GTHA are heading back into the classroom today for the first time since winter break. In-person learning resuming at schools in 7 public health units, including Haliburton, Kawartha, Pine Ridge, and Peterborough Public Health. A statement from Education Minister Stephen Lecce reading, in part, that the government will also be implementing province-wide targeted asymptomatic testing, more comprehensive screening protocols, and mandatory masking for students in grades 1 through 3 and outdoors where physical distancing cannot be maintained. But while some head back, students in the 5 hotspot regions, including Toronto, Peel, and York, will not be returning until at least February the 10th. Now, coming up later this morning, we're going to speak to a grade 1 teacher who is heading back to school today, describing what the mood is going to be like as they go back to in-person learning. And that is coming up a little bit later on at 8 this morning. Well, as the Simcoe-Muskoka District Health Unit grappling with massive outbreaks at long-term care homes, an additional case of the highly contagious variant has been confirmed in the region. The latest case, someone who had been in close contact to a person involved in an outbreak at Bradford Valley Care Community, has been confirmed as the variants first discovered in the UK. As of Saturday, 4 of the 230 residents and 3 of the 260 staff members testing positive for COVID-19. That same variant also confirmed this weekend at Roberta Place in Barrie, which has one of the worst outbreaks in the province, with 40 people dead because of this virus. 19-year-old Yasin Debe, who is a worker at a cleaner at the Middlesex Terrace long-term care home near London, Ontario, has died. We're learning a little bit more about him. There have also been 14 deaths among the residents at the home during the outbreak there, 78 staff and 72 residents infected. So far during the pandemic, COVID-19 deaths among young people have been rare. Debe arrived in Canada with his family as refugees from Syria in 2016. Well, it was 1 year ago today that alarm bells went off as the novel coronavirus was confirmed for the first time on Canadian soil. And the diagnosis marked the start of dramatic economic and social upheaval. It was first detected in a 56-year-old Toronto man who had recently traveled to China. He was treated at Sunnybrook Hospital, the lab confirming soon after that he was infected with this mystery virus at the time. Over the last year, 747,000 cases have been reported here in our country. In Ontario, the province adding 2,417 new cases yesterday and 50 more deaths. Let's get to the U.S., where House Democrats will start the process today of trying to ban Donald Trump from ever running for office again. The article of impeachment against the former president will be delivered to the Senate later today. The move will formally start the wheels in motion into the second impeachment trial against Trump, and that trial likely won't start until the 9th of next month. Trump is accused of sparking the deadly riot on Capitol Hill earlier this month. Republican senators seem to be backing off a second impeachment, saying it's pointless now that Trump has gone back to private life. And as that impeachment trial, that process starts up, federal investigators are looking into a number of threats made against several Congress members. It includes online chatter about killing or attacking those legislators near the U.S. Capitol. The allegations are enough for law enforcement officials to insist the National Guard remain in D.C. until after the impeachment trial is over. On January the 6th, hundreds of rioters took over the chambers, insisting the election results be overturned in favor of Trump. Well, it is being called the new frontier in mental health research. Scientists are now advocating for the use of psychedelic drugs to treat conditions like depression and PTSD. But how does it all work? Interesting question. Coming up here at 7 o'clock this morning, City News reporter Pat Taney will join us. Takes us inside his new documentary, Veracity, the Psychedelic Frontier, which is airing at 10 o'clock tonight on City TV. It tackles this very controversial topic. And as politicians get back to work in Ottawa, MPs will be pressed to help out the struggling airline industry. 680 senior business editor Mike Epple, he's going to join us next with what may be asked of legislators.